Hi guys, the click is back with your newest favorite thing on your social space. The girl gang is back with thoughts and feels. We are about to say what's on our mind and express how we feel. Today's topic is just exceptional. You don't want to know, but I'm about to brief you in a bit. But before that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also follow us on all our other social media platforms, kooltvstudios, on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and everywhere. So, me, I'm always your favorite girl, Ajua J. And today I've got, as usual, I've got this one. But then I've got a fine girl in the studio with me today. But today we want to talk about something peculiar. Okay, I think we mentioned it in our last post, in our first episode. Toxic relationships and abuse. I don't want to know how this conversation will go, but I'm excited already. Anyways, on my left is
Kool.
And on my right is the baby girl.
Me too.
Jesus Christ. Adjoanya. You see the way they mentioned the name? You know over you. You're about to slay on you. So prepare your body. Aye. Okay, so toxic relationships and abuse. First off, Kukwa.
Yes.
When we say toxic relationships, abuse, like what's the first thing that comes into your mind?
Physical abuse.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Ajua, what's the first thing that comes into your mind?
Okay, for me, mostly I think about the emotional abuse.
Okay.
Because we don't really recognize that, but it's actually really vital.
Okay. And when I hear toxic relationships and abuse, the first thing that comes in mind is mental abuse. Mental manipulation. Jesus Christ. You have no idea how many people that this is killing. I'm not even talking for just girls. I'm talking like both sides. You think the people that are in the psychiatric homes, it is just when they say I can die for you. See, people are there because and then they are there. So mental abuse is something that I feel is underrated, but it's doing the most. Because physical abuse starts from the mind. Emotional abuse also starts from here. Because until you get into the person's emotions, you have to have a hand here for all of that to work. So since Kukwa said physical abuse, tell us more.
You see, we have in this world right now, we have something called psychopaths and sociopaths.
Give it to me.
So it's the psychopaths that normally indulge in physical abuse.
Okay.
Before, as you said, before I'll bring anything, before any output, you have to work with my mind first. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most people trap others to be their own by using their mind with and using incentives. So in our last episode, we're talking about how it's difficult for girls to leave their partners. If you dada me with money and all, and I feel like I'm not leaving you because of the money the money you have, it is going to make me get attracted to you. And then I wouldn't want you because you give me something I don't want. And then it makes you have the upper hand over me. So then I have to do what you say. If I don't do what you say, some people too, they get attracted because, I don't know, this psycho and sociopath, these two people, just that one is physical and that's the psychopath, yes. If I get attracted to you, and then I can't leave you, then I get you to know that, if because of this and this and this I do for her, she can't leave me, then you have to succumb to me. So if you don't do something I don't like, what do? You abuse me. And it becomes extreme, then that's when you take actions towards me that, they come at me and be like, baby, I love you. You are mad.
You see, the last episode, I said something that, they eat on your self-esteem.
Yeah.
That's what they feed on. Because the more they make you feel less of yourself, the more they get you trapped in their circle. So then when you feel like you are nothing, even if you leave me, who will take you?
Yeah.
Where are you going? You get it? And that is where identity comes in. I said, they think we will talk about identity on here. Hey, you people. Because a lot of these things are happening. And I always say it is general. It goes both ways. Not just for the ladies, but the men as well. But you usually see it in the ladies. Because it is so easy for you to let a girl lose her self-confidence. So easy.
Very, very.
So easy. But a man, and then I'll bet you. No. It takes a lot to break a man. But it is also so easy to break a man. Very easy, like right. But talking about the self-esteem, that is where we are actually transcending into the emotional side of it.
Yeah.
So Aja, you mentioned emotional stuff. So
Very true. So personally, I feel like some people, like let me say men, they find it difficult to express like their love towards their partner.
Okay.
Because especially if they have like upper hand and they're helping you like financially and all that, they feel like, oh, because they're helping you financially, they kind of own you. So you can't go outside of the box to do something unless they've asked you to. So therefore, you're also afraid. Because if you leave, who is going to help?
Exactly.
You get. So some also, when I say they find it difficult to express their love, I mean sometimes the man or your partner might feel like, oh, he loves you. He feels like he's actually protecting you, but then his actions are actually pushing you away from him.
Yeah.
But then sometimes to take words for granted, I always see these things that words that you can't take them back because you've already said it. Sometimes when you're having a quarrel or something, you just let something out and then you be like, oh baby, I'm sorry, I was angry. No, you've literally been thinking
the
about
harm has already been done.
the whole time, yes, and you're just looking for a chance to just like bring it up. So sometimes I feel like we should just be mindful of our words and we should try as much as possible as ladies to be independent and don't make someone feel like you are so dependent on them, like they are literally the only option you have, such that they take advantage of you.
You see, in this day and age, in this dispensation, the ladies that have come, they are all about women empowerment, but they don't do
Feminism.
silly.
They don't
Yeah.
understand.
You see, and they've decided to depend on the men. You are talking about women empowerment, yet the very people you are trying to be independent from are the people you are dependent on.
Yes.
Because they decide not to do anything, sit in their houses, cross their legs, baby, I'm hungry in the morning. That's
He has to provide for this, he has to provide for that. And that's the women empowerment now.
you get it. And these are the little things that build up for a man to feel, oh, they've got it all over you.
Yeah.
Especially when you meet a man that is not considerate or doesn't have is not empathic.
Yeah.
You get it? Because at the end of the day, he will start doing these things for you and he'll, as usual, talk to boys and like, oh, I do this for my woman. I do. Bro, you fool. Why they do
Yeah.
when you see? So now they begin to feel that because of the things they do for you, they have a sense of entitlement to you. In the sense where they start stopping you from, they start controlling. And again, it happens both ways.
Yep.
That is where it brings me to physical abuse. Do you know that women beat men?
Oh yes.
But you won't hear.
But you won't hear. How do you expect a man to come and say my wife has been
All in the name of women are the weaker vessel. You've not seen a woman Mike Tyson before. Hey. See, I feel like women are very toxic in the sense that we always use the cover up. We are the weaker vessels, and asem no kwa bontia, ma asem be yede.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am the woman.
Okay.
And we take, majority of women are taking advantage of that these days. And you hear a lot of these cases when it comes to breakups and divorce. Sometimes it's the woman, or she's the reason, that the girl, she's the reason the guy said, I won't do it again. Or probably she's even the one who says, I want out of this relationship. But at the end of the day, because she's the woman, she'll go and create story. Come, and she'll become,
So
she'll be like, she's the victim.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. But sometimes too. Okay, most of the times the women are the problem because there are some women they complain a lot.
Oh, Jesus.
Like they complain a lot. Like every single thing the man does. Maybe he's on his phone. Why are you on your phone? Why are you talking to her? It's a phone. You're supposed to talk to people. You reach out to people.
Yeah.
Send other people. Like it's social media. But then the woman will complain like, why are you talking to this girl? Why are you meeting this girl? Why are you doing this? But then I feel like sometimes we just need to ignore certain things to stay away from self-torture. Like you are torturing yourself mentally because you are sitting down and you are doubting your partner. What is he doing outside? Maybe he tells you he's going out to meet some friends. And in your mind, you are like, sometimes you just go like, okay, I want to go with you. And he says, no, it's just like boys. And then you say, no, why is it only boys?
You're going to meet girls there.
You're going to meet a girl. And you're sitting down and you're touching yourself. Why can't you just have just stop doubting the person, give the person the benefits of the doubt.
Okay.
And even if it makes the person might think they're fooling you, but actually you're just being smart and you're just being peaceful with yourself. I feel like sometimes we the ladies just torture ourselves to think about certain things that aren't necessary. But just leave it to the men. Like sometimes pretend like you've not seen it so that the guilty conscience will feel it. Because you be like, hey, doesn't she know? Doesn't she have seen me? Why is she not complaining?
Some men don't have guilty conscience.
Then they are not human.
Yes, some of them are really human. Like you can see that this thing is supposed to be eating on their mind, but
Yeah.
they don't. Like you
I
get
feel-
it.
I also feel sometimes when they become emotional that way, it's just because their partner is invading in their privacy so much. They need that space to think. They need that space to be themselves. But then you want to be there all the time.
Dear ladies, give your men room.
Seriously.
They need the breathing space.
And then they create. Do you know women actually create problems for this?
Oh yeah.
Maybe a scenario. Baby, how are you doing? Oh, I'm okay. Baby's like, oh, I've been thinking about you all day. So what are you thinking about all night?
You know, this looks like something that is not you, but trust me, there are ladies that do these things. Like,
So what are you thinking about all night? Like, yo. And then you want to be everywhere he is. He's going to pee. You want to be there. He's on his phone. You want to be in his phone. You want to know his password.
Yeah.
The man does not breathe, and then he becomes tired of you. And then when you are so clingy like that, and then he can't find ways to be, then he begins to be rude to you.
Yeah.
And then you become the victim. You act as the victim, but you started everything.
you know, as you guys were speaking, you know the only thing that is bringing my
What?
I beg, don't laugh. Good measure, press down, shaking together. Shall men give unto your bosom? What you do to others, they shall do unto you. That's why I always say that these things go both ways. Sometimes we become biased. And I know that's why, you see, on our first episode, I told you that, see, we are ladies, but we aren't going to be biased. If it is against us, it is against us. If it is for us, we are coming for you. We're talking about this, you understand? There are a lot of signs, okay, that come the way sometimes they will ask you a question like, oh, what is your red flag in the guy or something?
Yeah.
That's the same way there are signs of like toxic relationships and abuse. Like you see them, when you see these things, you just have to know, I find myself in a toxic relationship. Like, what are some of, long list here. When I was actually going over the topic, but what do you guys have any ideas about like the signs? What do you think? What would you see in your relationship that would make you feel no, I need to double check this?
AJ, go first.
Okay, sure. So maybe I would say something that everything that is abuse you can classify as toxic. You can't classify everything that is toxic as abuse.
Yeah.
So one thing that I would see that I'll say maybe would make me think that, oh, let me check this thing, as you said. There are a lot of like paper cards in like relationship when two people are together, and when you begin to ask so many questions, like your partner begins to ask you so many questions. Maybe you guys were good, everything you tell each other, you take your words for it, but then it gets to a time the persons are many, like you're invading in each other's privacy, and you're calling me all the time. You just want to be around me all the time. You feel like you are being clingy. Something you feel like it's cute, but you're actually making me fed up. Like making me miss you a little bit. Being like, give me some space, Jiggy. And when in relationships you begin to sometimes hide stuff for her, it's true that certain things are left unsaid. But sometimes I feel like you should find a way to talk to your partner.
Okay.
We know that men feel like they are like they should be strong.
They're
If
like
they talk about-
alphas.
Yes. If they talk about their pain, they are weak, so they have to put on this armor. But then sometimes if you don't talk to your partner, if you don't talk to the lady, maybe you feel like she can't help it. But then you actually talking to her, telling her this is what's wrong with me, I'm going through this phase, would let her understand that, okay, maybe he's depressed, that's why he's not giving me this time. Or maybe he's going through this. What can I do to help you? But then you feel like, nah, don't talk about my problems. So like, and then in your head, you're just shutting her down. And someone else might giving her attention somewhere.
Okay.
Because ladies really like attention. I won't lie. Someone else might give her the attention somewhere. And then maybe she start acting on them. Now you're like, what's going on? So I feel like we should communicate more, because if communication becomes less, there's no clarification. And yeah, it's really toxic to a relationship?
Ajo has said a lot. She has said a lot, and that is about 3 of what happened. Let's get. You see, firstly, she was talking about when they start asking a lot of questions and all that. Here, I've classified it as controlling behaviors,
Okay.
aka monitoring spirits.
CCTV.
Like they want to be in. There is nothing wrong with wanting to know what your partner is about.
Yeah.
But give them that breathing space. Don't make them feel like you don't trust them.
Yeah.
Because eventually that's what it leads to. Because now, when you get a phone call, who are you talking to? Who is that? 2 seconds, you are going to, maybe you hear you get a message.
Phone.
You get a message. Who just texted? Like,
Why?
there's a reason this is my phone.
Mm-hmm.
If it was partner's phone, we would be using one phone. But it is my phone, my cell phone. The way you would not feel comfortable me asking you those questions.
Yeah.
You don't put your partner in that same space. Some women can be overbearing, like she says. Some men is worse. And that is when their jealousy goes overboard. For both of them. Ladies and men, everybody, they are jealous. See, there's something like, I feel like there is healthy jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
And there is
But then,
toxic jealousy.
don't you think sometimes it's insecurity?
Oh, yes.
Like, insecurity.
You see,
I don't even know how to put that again.
normal jealousy, like, okay, maybe say Kuku is a guy. I'm going out with Kuku, and then I see some ladies around. Like, I've gone out with Kuku, but I see some ladies around Kuku, I'm like, say what? Then I'm, it's like normal vibe, no extra this thing. But then when I see Kuku with other girls, then I'm like, hey, I'm not good enough. Like, I start feeling like there's a possibility he's a he now. He's a he now. He is going to leave me for another person. Yeah. That is where I start feeling, and that's where the insecurity sets in.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel if you have good communication with your partner, and you guys are on good terms, like, there shouldn't be that point where you feel that you're not good enough. Because immediately you start feeling not good enough. That is where the insecurity sets in. Because now you try doing everything extra.
Yeah.
And you stop being yourself in the process.
Because
you find yourself in the shoes of another. You literally become another person to please someone. Whether you are a guy, you try finding yourself to be another person to please the woman. The woman likewise the man. So now you're in the relationship, but you're not happy because you are not being you. You get it?
Yes.
So yes, are you in class? Yes, yo, lady, are you in class? But and talking about the communication, do you agree with me when I say at some point, communication becomes toxic? That is where verbal abuse sets in.
I was going to say language when I said that. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, language.
Let's say usual communication, but then you realize that now your communication with your partner comes with sarcasm. It comes with some sort of contempt. It comes with
some
you get it, like criticism every time. The person is making you feel like you're not good enough. You get it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
This is not not you feeling like you're not, but the person is making you feel like that. And it's not like they're doing it directly. They do it in conversations. Example. Let's say I've gone to my man's house. I decided to cook for him. You won't even like they sound like petty talk.
Yeah, you think it's funny, but it's actually.
But the person actually went through the stress of entering the kitchen and cooking for you. The thought is what counts. But but there's a nice way of saying, hey, baby, you're anyway there. Next time we do it. So like I'm not. You get it.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll actually bully you with those thoughts.
Yeah.
And they'll start making it a constant. Now you feel like, okay, I shouldn't cook again. Now when you stop cooking, and what kind of lady are you when you come around cry? Oh yeah,
And my ex used to.
Thank you, I like the experience. Mom,
I was referring to the eggs.
My ex used to. She used to cook for me. Nana ya the only first or baha. Mene nana ya one.
That's not a healthy talk.
Nana ya, why are you telling me one?
It's not a healthy talk.
Nana ya, why would you break up in the first place? Why are we here? Like, stop talking.
See, guys, whether you're a guy, you're a lady, and you're listening to us right now, if anything, that the disclaimer. These are our thoughts and our feelings. Don't come and bite our head off. If you have any other thing to say, let us know. If you have your opinion, let us know in the comment section. Okay, it is what we feel and what we think, and we are talking based on our little experiences and what we've heard and what we've seen. Okay, so this is purely us. Yeah. Like Ajo was saying, I don't know why exes like making references to exes. If I said I've confused a lot of people.
Obsessed with the person.
Let's say I'm going out with Kool's exes Ajoa. Now they are exes. So I don't know why exes like referring to exes. Because at the end of the day, if I am with you now, you are with me because you saw something really in your ex.
Exactly.
Unless you want to tell me that you like me because there is something reflecting in me that reminds you of your ex, which is nonsense.
Probably, see, if I will make any reference to an ex, is because you did something which I never expected you to do, which my ex didn't do, just to make you aware that you are better and you are good. That's when I think making reference to an ex will come in. But then to make reference to an ex and be like, he or she was better.
Something is dropping in my head.
It's a reference.
I want to ask, if you left your ex for me, and you want to make comparison between myself and your ex, if your ex was better, like she said, why won't you stay with her? And I thought people moved on to better, not less.
Yeah.
So then if you are claiming that your ex was better or is better in a couple of things than myself, then you have a problem.
You don't know what you want.
You don't know what you want, because if you've left good and you've gone for worse or bad, hey, auntie, uncle, you have issues. Because I don't know why you would run from something that is probably killing you or not working out for you.
Yeah.
And yes, frying pan to fire. Like, who does that?
Yeah.
I mean, people do that
though.
If I'm gonna make reference to my ex, I wanna be like, oh, he was a good guy, he was cool, but you're way better, babe. Like, if I was a guy, I just got girl right there, like you know. But I think there is a need to make your partner feel good.
Implement.
Yes, if you make your partner feel less than themselves, that is your one step to toxicity. I have to take my time.
That was my point.
Yes, because anytime you make your partner feel like they were with another person than yourself, that is you're on your way, or maybe you've already entered like the toxic mood. Because under no circumstance should your partner be with you and feel like, I want to be with someone else.
They shouldn't.
What
You get it?
Even if you are with someone and then you feel that the person, if you have the slightest feel that the person is not worth it, please don't go ahead.
Yeah.
Because you'll still be feeling that thing for the rest of the relationship, and then that's all.
Yeah.
And
Doesn't go away.
another sign, when you start lying to your partner.
Yeah.
When you start hiding stuff from them because you're afraid of how they are going to react, or you just don't want them to know. Maybe you are going out with this person, you're like, oh, you don't want to mention the person's name because my partner. Hey, no.
We find out then. So
Tell me before I find out.
You get it? Now, why would you go out with someone that, and you'll be afraid to tell your partner about
there's
it?
nothing to hide. Why are you hiding?
Why are you hiding it? Auntie, uncle, you're inside, one step inside, toxic. And it is the little things that we don't accord. Those are the things that are actually toxic. Like, they compound and then they make the whole thing.
Yeah.
I have this point here. If you enter into a relationship, I think it's healthy to let your partner know everything about your past. Whatever you did in the past, let your partner know. Because let's say I've been with multiple guys, we did things, and then you produce yourself as a holy person or as a different person, and then someone comes, your partner, years after, your partner gets to know that this and this and this, this and this, at least when he knows, and then somebody makes a comment like that, he'll know how to defend you. So I feel they should know some things you did extremely in the past.
I have my reservation on that, what she just
But not
said.
everybody else.
Yes, because there are some guys and some ladies, when you actually tell them about your past relationships or past, yes, and they begin to compare themselves. Like, you give them insecurity even from the beginning.
Yeah.
You get it? So some people don't prefer you. They prefer not to know. There are others who they appreciate. Oh, you let me know. Then they become better.
Yes.
Exactly.
But others
And they
also,
treat you better.
yes, others also have their reservations. This sign that I'm coming to talk about is serious. Oh, I best sign. Debbie. Hey, you can't change it. You can't change it. See, no, you see, you can never change a person. What, no matter like what, however a person behaves, they will change they will change if they want to. It's a personal decision. But don't ever believe in your life that you can change someone. Forget it. It won't happen. It won't happen. Because if you are going through something with your partner and you keep saying, oh, it's all right, he will change, he will get better,
You will die.
especially when that setting is negative. I'm not talking about, oh, you're starting life with your partner and maybe he doesn't have cash or he's not financially stable. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you start seeing the negative signs and you want to convince yourself that it will be better. Please run. Run for your life. Auntie, uncle, you don't know. You don't know what I'm talking. See, run, because I don't want the lady to send Mike Tyson on your top. I know of a couple. This is like a real life, this thing. I know of a man that is married to a woman, and to date, he said he regrets. Why? Because he can't even sleep in his own house. He can come from work and the lady has locked him out. His own house, he built with his money.
I'll change her.
Why? And when we are asking, why, what's up? He said, oh no, since before I knew her, when I started going out with her, when I knew her, this is how she has been. She has mood swings. And I was like, hey, and he went ahead and married. Now the mood swings are making you get locked outside your own house. And now she said she's filing for divorce. Oh, RJ. You see, there are so many ways we could avoid certain things, but we want to convince ourselves that there is a way out.
Yeah.
No, it won't get better. Get out of it. There are some situations that you can clearly see hope for. Others you don't. Don't lie to yourself. Just be truthful.
Don't paint red flags white.
Agree.
You can't paint them white.
Please.
But some red flags people have their flaws. Some you can manage and deal with it, but some you can't.
And also, when you start seeing patterns of disrespect, baby girl, baby boy, this is very, like, it starts little.
Yeah.
Over the jam, it's not fearful. There are certain things I feel like if you're in a relationship with someone, it should be hard.
Yeah. For you to.
It should be hard for you to say. So when you start seeing patterns of disrespect, it comes in many forms. If we start, we won't finish today. So when you start seeing patterns of disrespect, please, I beg you, start noting them down. When you see and it's getting to run. And then finally, but the last sign I have, negative financial behaviors. I don't know who is out there and you find yourself in a relationship where the guy is always, or the guy or the lady, they always want to get things for themselves. But when you want to do it for you, like for yourself, they're like, who's Iska?
Oh yeah.
Oh. Okay.
When it is for them, they are okay. When they are the ones doing the spending, they are fine. But when it comes to you, they have a problem. They tell you to save and they do the spending. It happens both ways. Not only there are men like that, there are women like that. They can do all sorts of spending, not on you. They can waste all the money. You can't waste money. You are supposed to be the sensible one. You should be the one that is saving in the relationship. You get it? So there are lots of... This topic is quite broad.
Very.
And I'm sure we'll come and talk. We have to do a part 2 of this because I have a lot of signs I've not even addressed yet. But I don't want to keep your fufu waiting. Or your date. I know some of you have dates. And you're actually going to practice what we said. Please, don't go and practice your partner and your partner come and chase us. We are just saying it's our thoughts and what we feel. So, Kukwa.
Let me say one thing. Stop asking unnecessary questions. Baby, so it was me and Beyonce, who will you choose?
You will regret the answer you get. How can they leave Beyonce and come and choose you? It's Beyonce.
Babe, my mother and me, who do you choose?
Hey!
Stop asking those questions. It is unnecessary. Ask him, what are your long-term goals? Ask him, babe, so if we get into financial this thing, what's he going to do? Baby, how are we going to survive if this is coming up? Maybe this and that, something for our future. How do you see us in the next 5 years? Fufu, or what's your favorite color?
Then this is a simple advice. Live in the moment, but think of the future. Yeah, because the future is what you're walking into. So live in the moment, because some people always think of the future and forget to live in the moment. But then you realize that you lose the moment and then there's no future too. So live in the moment, but think about the future. AJ, do you have anything else to say?
Yeah. Okay. So all I'd say is that we should stop torturing yourself. Stop torturing yourself. Stop asking questions that you yourself, you know the answer, you cannot bear.
Yeah.
You can't bear the answer. Like maybe your partner has had your male partner has had a female best friend for like since childhood. They literally grew up together, and he met you like 2 months ago, and then you are asking who he would choose. No, do you know what? To give someone the title of a best friend, it really holds a lot, because like there's this bond you guys share. You and your partner might break up, but then the best friend, they go way long, they'll fight or whatever, they'll come back together. Stop asking questions that you know you can't bear the answer. Stop looking into things like unnecessary things. Just give yourself peace of mind. Sometimes just like brush things off. Or let it slide. You get over it. I feel like we torture ourselves too much, seriously.
And you go shut yourself.
But we just torture ourselves too much. Communicate, because communication brings about clarity. Communicate a lot. Respect your partner. It's very crucial.
How?
And if you feel like there's something that is going west, I think you should just talk to the person, let the person know how you feel. Some people don't like to speak. Me, I express myself through writing. So if you are doing something to me and I'm sitting in front of you, I might not be able to tell. But if I pick my phone and I type, I feel like I'm saying exactly
How you feel.
yeah. And if you get to know your partner, sometimes we rush into a relationship because you feel like, oh, it was a spark, and then you saw the person, there was a spark.
Love at first sight.
Exactly.
Okay.
You feel like, oh, this thing will be better and blah, blah, blah. No, sometimes get to know each other so that you see through each other and you know that this is what the person feels like, so that you know how to treat each other. Sometimes you can be so sad and you won't stop to say you are sad, you are saying things to your head. You feel like your person should be able to hear what you're saying. If they could hear you, why are you saying it to your head?
Your partner is not El Shaddai, else he shall die.
Bye.
Yeah.
The person is not a magician. Tell the person what's wrong with you. Communicate and learn to love each other. Teach your partner how to love you.
Thank you. Ajwa is a lover girl. Ajwa is a lover girl. Please, Ajwa, you single? No. Oh, what? Sorry, boys. The market is off. Market is off the market. Anyway, what I would say in conclusion is don't condone today what will come back to bite you in the future. Because what you condone today, you can't talk about in the future. So if it's killing you today, trust me, you won't get better in the future.
It will murder you in the future.
Yeah. There won't even be a future. So if you know, don't start what you can't finish. If you're starting something, you feel, nah, just drop it. And then start afresh. Don't condone what will come back to bite you in the future. Charlie, this has been interesting. And I want us to do a part 2 of this because, Charlie, we have a lot to bear out. We have a lot to express. We have a lot that is going through our heads, you understand? Anyway, this has been Thoughts and Feels. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on all our other social media platforms, kooltv studios on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. The name is Ajwa J. I'm the driver for this. I'm Papa. Today I did this with
Kool,
and I did this with fine girls in the building. Your socials,
Kool everywhere. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, WhatsApp.
You see, I'm the AjwaNamiche, the.AjwaNamiche, Instagram, the AjwaNamiche, TikTok, KT or Snapchat. Yeah.
It's funny how all the ladies I end up bringing here are Ajwa. They are coming in competition with my AJ. But anyway, I'm always there, you understand. So until our next episode, catch you on the flip side.